Friday, and we have a chest cold open. Howdy, Spikelings, it's me, Texas Spike, and why don't y'all saunter over to my Shark Typhoon? Haha, I scammed you. It's just me, your expected, amazing, talented, aspiring Spike. Today in the Typhoon, we're playing a boring, normal, Izzet Phoenix deck in Pioneer, and scammed you again. It's time for charming Jund Scam in Modern. Prepare to be amazed and stupefied as your opponents while I crank out trophies get scammed yourself by leaving a like, sub, follow, gift bits, yada yada. So, as the title suggests, this is a... Okay, so let's just get the name out of the way. Rakdos Scam has been the loving term of endearment used to describe black-red mid-range decks using Fury and Grief and trying to abuse the Evoke triggers with Malakir, Rebirth, Undying Evil, Undying Malice, these types of effect. I think that Riveteers Charm is a incredible fit for this archetype, where if you look, the curve is super duper low, you have a ton of 0-mana spells, and one of the biggest issues for the Rakdos Scam archetype is that your quality of top decks is not amazing on average. You have a lot of like these kind of effects, Malakir, Rebirth, Thoughtseize, where you're a Jund deck that can just get out top decks by a lot of different strategies. So kind of conceptually building the deck like this, where you have 4 Seasoned Pyromancers, 4 Riveteers Charms to top deck into and just kind of outgrind your opponent, is a big part of like this deck's philosophy. We played, so I've had this deck in my queues for a while now. I don't even know if I saved this list, but so recently, like earlier this week, we were having like kind of a mediocre day, and someone suggested playing Riveteers Ascendancy in in Modern. I don't know. It must be this one actually. So Riveteers Ascendancy, 3-mana enchantment. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, may return target creature with lesser mana value from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And I was like, well, this card is actually kind of nice in like with the Grief, Fury, Shell. It works with Kroxa, it works with Gris, it works with Voidwalker. All these are really good cards. So, and I already had like this other deck mostly built, so I just hadn't worked on it since I like mostly built it. And we 4-1 with this list. Riveteers Ascendancy was like a blank card the entire time. Or almost a blank card the entire time. But we 4-1 anyways because the rest of the show was like so powerful. And obviously this list is a little different. We're playing kind of like Seasoned Pyromancer over Gris, Riveteers Charm over Riveteers Ascendancy, and then we were main decking some copies of Thoughtseize instead of main decking copies of Voidwalker. We do have the Voidwalkers in the sideboard. I think that you could build this deck a few different ways, but I did some playtesting last night. I was 3-1, liking the deck a lot, and we can go ahead and start playing some games. Bonk with the 13 months, thank you. Okay, hope we're in another good Fury matchup, I guess. Yeah, then I think maybe your combo is just Teferi. No, you probably need to play these Lavinias. They're castable, though. Not super easy castable, but castable enough, probably. Maybe maybe it would be good to be like on like Wall of Omens instead of Thraben Inspector. I guess Thraben Inspector making a token for Knowledge Pool is good, but it would be cool to be able to play Ephemerate Solitude here. Buy you a lot of time. But maybe that's not the direction to go. I think it goes basic Swamp, Marshflood Swamp, pass maybe. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of other good green cards to play. I'm kind of running a blank, to be honest. Click. Oh, dude, you could play. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. You can play Sylvan Command. Sylvan Command, which can make 2. Oh wait, no, sorry, it doesn't work on creativity. Okay, don't hear me out. Ignore me. You need to make an artifact. Damn it. Oh, I just love Sylvan Command so much. You can play Tireless Tracker though. Yeah, Tracker. Yeah, you can play Tracker. Make a bunch of clue tokens. That's maybe the way. Oh, Verdant Command. Okay, even the wrong name. That was my worst sales pitch for a card ever, maybe. A preference where to post this inspect just in the chat, yeah. Or Mogger Touch Prime, appreciate you. Okay, shuffle away land, draw land. Is a Magic streamer, I'm able to write off mana trader subscriptions as an expense. I do write it off. I do write it off, yeah. Should I play Verdant Command on my creativity board if I'm looking for better burn summer cards? Yeah, I kind of like, I don't know. I really want it to be good. I know that Nassif doesn't like it very much, but I just love that card. I think that card's awesome. A 2-mana command? A 2-mana command? Yes, please. Okay, my opponent's kept a 1-lander, I guess. They're surely not just like trying to discard their Archon, are they? Okay, well, if they are Reanimator, which I kind of am guessing they are, we now have Riveteers Charm for some main deck graveyard hate. How many viewers do you as Magic streamers to be able to write off mana traders? Yeah, I think it's like 7, something like that. Okay, Fatal Push target Seasoned Pyromancer with no Revolt. Resolves. Concede. What are we playing against, chat? What are we playing against? I think you need to, like, I'm not, you know, a tax expert. This is not tax advice, but I just think you need to, like, you need to make more than $1,000 a month, right? Or something like that. I don't know. Never mind. I'm not speaking on the matter. Same 60? I mean, Fury is probably not that good against them. I'll play -1 Fury, my +1 Voidwalker. I don't know. My Texas took a long time last year. It's, you know, the least fun part about being a full-time streamer. Although I could make it faster if I was a bit more organized, which I don't know if I have the capability to become more organized. Alright, so basic swamp again, Thoughtseize, snap taking Wrenn and Six. The Blood Crypt gives them perfect info, but I think that's fine because I might just want to get Triumph next turn. Oh, that's true. The least fun part is when people complain about Image 2 every single day. I take it back. Zippo, 8 months, thank you. How do you submit? Dude, they didn't keep a 1-lander again. Stop! Pona, Pona, can you hear me, please? Keep more than 1 swamp as your mana. Please, put more in the deck. It's their only swamp. Yes, I drew my swamp again. Well, how much did I pay this guy? The paid, you know, the paid actor comments never make any sense, right? Because this would be like a free actor that you find on Craigslist, or like someone. It would be like, you know, someone that you're not paying at all, because they're not selling it at all. A good paid actor sells it, you know. They play a good game and then they pretend like they don't top deck the best thing. This is not a good paid actor. They're just trying to get that check, you know. Their heart's not in it. Their heart's not in it at all. Fonzie, 2 months. 1 basic swamp, snap keep. Okay, there's a second land. Do they have another land to get? They do? Are they gonna smallpox me? Thoughtseize. Yeah, paid actor never claimed they were good, but they're not professional. It's very unprofessional. If there's any justice in the world, we lose this match. Well, thankfully there's no justice in this world. I think they're playing mono black coffers. That's my guess. Yeah, not really sure why they let me keep the Spyro. Yeah, 4-1ing while brewing cat tribal. just a normal day in the office. Okay, we cracked the code. They maybe even have a lot of swamps in the deck. Okay, pop the relic. Foolishly out of lands. Maybe I just cast Ragavan. I don't think I want to dash the Ragavan. Just cast it. my opponent played a third land, only to still be stuck on 2 mana. That's kind of funny. Oh, they found an Urborg, though. Up to 5. Invoke Despair kills Spyro, Wrenn and Six, draws in a card, makes me lose 2. Damnation kills Ragavan Spyro. Okay. Close to your Rimblem, I guess. Malakir Rebirth on top. So I guess I'm hoping to... Oh, hold on. I guess I'll just... I want that Rebirth to be a Riveteers Charm card, actually. I know I lose the ability to, like, make them sack, but... Ooh. Another Rebirth. Alright, so if they don't get to empty their hand this turn, we are getting rid of the hand. 5 mana. I think they're going to cast March of Wretched Sora. No, Ballista. Okay, I was wrong. If they ping once, I could just ping. Okay, they don't ping. Okay, so... How do we do this? I think we Thoughtseize them first. Okay, only 1 card in the hand, so now we go Fury. Oh, I need... So I don't know, I was thinking I could pitch a... pitch a, Their hand is 2 lands?! Their hand is 2 lands. My opponent missed multiple land drops this game. I don't know what to say. Wait, I'm not just dead to Ballista now. No, I didn't put myself dead to Ballista. No, they don't have a... They don't have 12 mana. I just am so stun locked. My opponent... They didn't draw cards either. I'm just so lost. Draw Karn. It's bad. Yeah, they may be just a little inexperienced, right? But it is like, I don't know, like things like just like missing land drops without playing a land on accident this early. Pretty uncommon without being like super duper new. Although I guess I don't have too many outs to this Ol and Snaring Bridge though. It's awkward. Yeah, maybe just not used to the Moto interface. I think it's a good guess. Grief, Voidwalker can also potentially hit something, right? I have a Wrenn and Six emblem too, so that can dig me through my deck pretty well. They top deck something else. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard for the Voidwalker to steal something because they just play whatever they draw. They Damnation without pinging with Ballista. Could put 2 damage on the Karn, kill Ballista. The Karn had 3 loyalties, so I'm not sure why you wouldn't. You can put 2 damage on Karn, kill Ballista, and then Karn has 1 loyalty. I was thinking I would just like be able to like not worry about the Ballista too much, because I can kill with Riveteers Charm at some point, and they're really far away from 10 counters. Opponent's top decking well though. Oh, okay, so I do get to invoke Despair. It's actually great for me. Maze One Tomb gets to gain them some life, but Voidwalker's going to draw me a lot of cards, 3 cards. When it goes down to 7. We'll see. We'll go from there. I was kind of hoping to be able to Malakir Rebirth the Voidwalker by drawing a land. I think I just cast it. I'm not sure. Okay, well, there's a Rebirth. Fetch Shocking is kind of, oh, I guess I don't have another green. Never mind. Never mind, then. No, the last card is just a Urborg. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to be picking pretty aggressively. I'm not sure. This is a weird game. Yeah, I also get to gain 4 from the tome. I think we're gonna lose. Wait, they have 2 cards in their hand. My opponent says lol. So now if I draw a Ragavan, I can dash Ragavan. I'm not sure what they're trying to say with this lol, to be honest. And maybe they're just trolling, right, with the all the mana floating. Didn't find a Ragavan. Why no Spyro tokens? Did I have mana for Spyro tokens? It's cost 5. I didn't have 5 mana, did I? Okay, my opponent is not. It's not 5 mana. I mean, okay. Yeah, I think if you're doing that, you probably just cut a land, or sorry, not a land, a 1 mana removal spell, but I'm not sure if that's necessary either. Okay, my opponent's playing Mire Pass. I think I am going to go Grief on turn 1. Obviously, I don't love how flooded I am. But in theory, we have, you know, more Spyros, Riveteers Charms to top deck and stuff. Hardcast Grief, Hardcast Fury. Yeah, I feel like, I think, like, maybe 1 second dress down over, like, first Lightning Bolt. I think the sideboard, I really don't like Veil of Summer in the sideboard of these decks, though. That's, like, kind of my one big grievance, like, especially 3 copies, where Veil doesn't help you in the mirror at all, which I think is a big issue. And then, are they going to bolt this? Okay. So yeah, Veil does not help you in the mirror. You already have a good Murktide matchup. You have a good Grixis Shadow matchup. You have a good blue-white control matchup. I just don't think... I think that the Veils do somewhat help you against... like Living End, but you have better sideboard cards against Living End. I really just think that these are unnecessary in the sideboard. I would be really interested in playing like the first Obsidian Charmal. I think the first Charmal is great. I'd be really interested in playing like 4th Endurance in the board. Also, I'd be interested in playing 2nd Force of Vigor. I would be interested in playing 2nd Flusterstorm. I would be like very interested in just like making your bad linear matchups better with like more sideboard respect than playing these Veil of Summers. I've always really disliked them in the sideboard. I think they make like no sense. Besides that, not too many notes. Like you said, pretty stock overall, but good deck, of course. Okay, so I still have Skewer, 2 mystery cards. Wooded Foothills, 1 of the mystery cards. That's for animated deck. When do you think Grief is bad? I guess I'm confused by the question. Grief is bad when they have no cards in their hand. I mean, you main deck 4. You always want to main deck 4. You know. Okay, we don't have much burn hate. We're also, you know, again, pretty flooded. You can Skewer me down to 4. We definitely need them to brick really, really hard. Hey, Tashi, how's it going? When you set out Grief, you set out Grief in a lot of matchups, but like Grief is like a really good, generically good game 1 card. It's game against anything because everybody's playing cards, and then I think it's bad against like a lot of the linear strategies that are trying to One for one you. I don't usually love it there. Usually slide it out in those matchups. But yeah, there's also a sideboard guide on Channel Fireball. Okay, Island for turn. These lands are so good. A lot of deck techs today. Everybody's got their RCQ tomorrow. Is that what's going on? Gotta get the deck tech in before the RCQ this weekend. I wish I was going to one, but can't this weekend. Really don't want these Wrenn and Six. Let's maybe play one. Maybe just play like one Turok over the Wrenn. It's kind of high in the curve, but Wrenn is so bad in this matchup. This isn't my list. I'm going to share the list. Yeah, if you're posting in the chat, IH, I can take a look. Oh, I was so busy. Oh, I'm not. Esther, my partner Esther has COVID, so I'm staying inside. I haven't caught it. We've been, you know, staying away from each other, wearing masks around each other, sanitizing. I feel fine. I'm hoping, and she also feels a lot better too. But we're just trying to like get in the clear and get her testing negative. She tested positive on Wednesday. I tested negative. We're gonna do another test today. Smiled at 11 months. Thank you. Why is Wrenn bad at the matchup? It doesn't kill any of their creatures. It's very painful to be returning fetch lands and like sacrificing them over and over again. Doesn't impact the board in a super meaningful way. Did Esther have COVID like 2 months ago? No. We both had it in like January. That was the first time we had it, and I don't know, shit's crazy. You know, our country totally stopped trying to fight it at all. I don't know what to say. She always has coughs like she go. But yeah. That's what's tough is me and Esther both have a nasal drip, where all year round we have like a slight cough because of, you know, mucus entering our nasal cavities. So it's always like, yeah, always coughs around the house. Okay, so I think I'll pitch this. I was really hoping for a red card. Also hoping for a Helix in the hand. Looks like we are not getting any of our wishes. This hand is going to be very tough to beat. The Rift Bolt turns on both skewers. I think I'm going to Boros Charm Indestructible so I can get some good blocks here. Yeah, today's been a really fun stream. We're talking about nasal drip and taxes. Those are the two main conversation points of today's stream. And Cat Tribal. Okay. Definitely thought about playing some Weather the Storms with the sideboard. Might still. Dude, my opponent's on 61 cards. Alright, no land, Malakir Rebirth. Yeah, this is my Gabriel Nassif impression. Yeah, I do love how the French know how to protest, for sure. Okay. I have to put back 2 cards. Probably just putting back Charm land. I'm French. I'm not being sarcastic. I love how the French are out here protesting all the time. It really helps with the average quality of life. Yeah, this was not a mockery of the French. I don't know how clear that was. Yeah, did I miss a deck tech? There's just been so many today, it's hard to keep up. Alright, we'll get to that. We'll get to this. Seshiro the Anointed. 6 mana 2/2. Snakes you control get +2/+2. Whenever a snake you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Is this a snake? This card has 6 mana, dude. Alright, Bajuka Pog on turn 1. Okay, so deck decks like this are kind of hard. Where you've done, I think, a really good job of like making a card like Seshiro the Anointed, going against Titan, not look that bad, you know. You do have like a lot of powerful snakes, Oracle, Ice Fang, Lotus. Shigeki's, some people like that card. I don't like it that much. And so it's always tough with deck decks like this to like I don't know exactly what you're looking for, because if you want to build the best 4-color deck, you cut all the snake stuff. If you want to build a deck that's more on the snake stuff, you cut all the 4-color stuff. But I think as is, you've done a really good job of like finding a good balance. Maybe I'd recommend cutting the 2 Sosuke summons for 4 Ephemerates, but maybe you could get away with 1 copy of summons over like the 4th Force of Negation, sideboard the 4th Force of Negation. Winds of Abandon is a card I would not register in like any sideboard of any modern deck. I'll play Path to Exile over it, just instant speed, really nice against Hammer Time and Murktide if you're really looking for an answer to Hammer Time, Murktide, but don't know that that's exactly what you want. Is the same thing with me? Yeah, that's always tough, right? It's always tough to like, these are the like deck decks, I just don't know exactly what you want, you know? Oh, this is a first place finish in Japan. I just noticed that. Maybe that's the deck tech, because we're just highlighting that Japan continues to be a place of craziness when it comes to deck lists. First place, baby, beating Titan, Cookbook, Affinity. What cookbook flavor is this? Green black. Okay, Grief Fury, interesting. Oh, they had 2 cards in their hand. It was just better to go Kroxa, right? Okay, right now their hand is just a Gruul Turf. So let's let the Grief die. Fury, Malakir, Rebirth, Fury, and this way we have enough cards in the yard for Kroxa next turn. And without an extra land drop, they're gonna have to like, in order to stop Kroxa, they're gonna have to like search up Expedition Map, Basuva, copy Bajuka Bog, which I think is fine. If we just make them do that. Okay, I think those are my thoughts on the stick deck. It's a daily tournament. Yeah. They usually post those daily tournaments, and weird stuff always pops in. See a couple top 8s with Merfolk over in Japan, so then you go to this other day. I mean, Merfolk is like a deck that's powerful and capable of winning games, despite anything I ever say. I think that like Merfolk like humans is a deck that is like definitely powerful enough to like win modern games, but it is not a deck that I think is like almost ever going to be like your best choice for a modern tournament. And so that's always like a hard line that players ride with their deck techs, is that a lot of decks fall in the camp of like not your best choice for a tournament, powerful enough to like have a winning record with in like Magic Online leagues, and that's your local level. And for a lot of people that's fine, and a lot of people that's not fine. And Modern Horizons 2 destroyed Modern. I'm just the messenger. Frost Arrow, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you. So, I'm trying to remember how I've been sideboarding. It's like something like this. Try this. Thanks for Frost for the 2 months. Appreciate you. Why the grape is modern is how expensive. Yeah, like the expensive complaints for modern, like, you know, again, I've been around, I've heard all the complaints. Yes, Magic in general is way too expensive. It's been like this for as long as I can remember too. But yes, I'm on board with Magic being too expensive for sure. Finally, a base chatter. Yeah, fetch lands are a lot cheaper now. I don't know that Magic is like actually that much more expensive than the past, or if we're just, you know, looking at some things with some rose-colored glasses, but not sure if I'm supposed to keep Thoughtseize or Charm here. It's kind of close. Yikes. So they're drawing Grazer too. Yeah. Like old Jund was like $2,000, which is like what 4-color Omnath is too, right? Mythic Rare Stables kind of impacted prices. Yeah, I don't know. Modern's always been super expensive. I remember it being super prohibitively expensive for me when I was younger. Like honestly, like with Tarmogoyf was like $150. Liliana was like insane. Scalding Tarn was like almost $100 several times. And honestly, like accounting for inflation in the last 10 years, I wouldn't be surprised if Modern was like more expensive, 10, 12 years ago. Yeah, and then Legacy is bad too, but like it's always been really bad. I want it to be better. It doesn't seem like it's getting better. I'm on board. Noble. Yeah, dude, Noble Hierarch used to be so much money. I remember that. I remember I was once passed a Noble Hierarch in a Modern Horizons or Modern Masters draft something, and I was like, hey dude, you know this is really expensive? He's like, no, I don't care. And now I'm that guy. Or I just have all the cards I want. I'd pass a Hierarch. I remember building Pot without Hierarch. Yeah, people play like Avacyn's Pilgrim sometimes. Hoping to find something. I was hoping that they drew a Titan and like any of my discard spells hit something. Okay, drew another land. Alright, well, now that you've drawn all lands, opponent, you're committed to drawing all lands the rest of this match. And I'm going to beat you down through 3s. Yeah, Cryptic Command was like 40, 50. So, yeah, Celestial Colonnade was like... I remember like finally getting my playset of Celestial Colonnades. It was like $160 or something. And then like the fetches were so expensive too. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, things are not good now, but they've always been pretty bad. Dude, they conceded? Alright, we'll take it. Alright, let's mulligan this. Probably keep this on the draw. Have to, kinda. Putting back Undying Malice, I guess. Alright, so I will play this tab, play Bauble. Thought Scour's me. So we're playing against a deck with Drowning Block. No, we're playing a mill. Okay. I guess that makes more sense. I guess I'm kind of caught with my pants down. I have no Endurance, no Eldrazi. I think I'm going to Channeler Thoughtseize this turn, prioritize. I guess Tasha's Hideous Laughter's not that good against me, but this is fine. Just gonna top any card. I guess they have the push actually, so maybe I should have Thoughtseize first. Yeah. Dude, this is a gross hand. They take the Fractured Sanity so they can't cycle it and find a land. Yeah, I thought Scoured Mill's not super common. I don't know if it's unheard of either. Oh, they found a Boro? Oh, man. Gross. They draw like Fury off the top or something. Boro is so unreasonable for them to draw here. It's like even a fetch land's better for me. Most expensive card in Modern? Is it really? Is a Boro really the most expensive card in Modern? It might be. I randomly have one from like the blue-red like can't destroy your lands deck, I think. Come on, Fury. such luck. Alright, let's go to game 2. $357 foil. When will Wizards reprint a Boro, huh? Magic prices are too high. I think I'm actually just kind of going to side out most of my dopey card advantage. You don't really want to be spending time drawing cards in this matchup. Dude, all border a Boro. Yeah, can anybody think of a budget replacement for a Boro? Yeah, I remember I bought mine for not that much. Odawara Island. Got a lot of... Oh. I thought I responded to this. Trying to understand what commander decks want this? Yeah, I don't know either. It's always like, oh, this card is good with this one random obscure commander I've never heard of. And I'm like, wait, it's going to be a one of and one commander deck? And this is like, this is an $80 card because of that? This is an $80 card because it's like some commander decks want it? I guess this is like every mono blue commander deck. No, because then you play like how you lose High Tide. Landfall decks? Oh, awesome, yeah. Never mind. Never mind. Isn't a Boro Desire because of the beautiful art? Well, you could just buy an artist print, you know? I kind of want the Kroxa to just be in the deck. That makes sense. Okay, well, I'm glad I put back the Kroxa. Yikes. Dude, what the heck? They're the Leyline of the Void Drown in the Lock combo deck. Maybe one copy of Leyline? Yeah, I don't know. It's not the best sideboard plan, you know. I think Dominaria United will finally stop all the board people wanting bans. For a little bit, yeah. Like, as you know, I've been doing this for a while now, and like without fail, it's like just like a month or two after set release, every single time that all the board people are like, okay, it's time to ban something. Tyler, red black deck tech for energy this weekend. Okay, I can take a look. Post a link in the chat. Yeah, I guess that's why we have so many deck techs today. People are going outside, touching grass, playing tournaments, and I'm just looking from the window like Squidward. Dude, they hit 22 cards, or I guess it's not quite that many. Going nuts though. I was hoping to be able to like Voidwalker the Tasha's and then like Malakir Rebirth back my Voidwalker and do it again. Outside touching grass, I know. Hedonistic bastards. Should we go ahead and play a Rebirth there? Does nothing with Leyline in play? Oh yeah, it does do nothing with Leyline. Dude, these are blank. Dang it. Been playing too much Ephemerate. So, I mean, I've played a lot of Rakdos mid-range. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the variant I usually like to play, which is very similar to this list, but I think I'm on like 23 lands, and I'm playing Seasoned Pyromancer, I'm playing Liliana of the Veil. I can pull up that list if you're not super familiar. I have also tried this version with Dragon Rage's Channeler, or a version with Dragon Rage's Channeler. But I personally feel like it's an issue to be playing Rakdos without Dauthi Voidwalker, right? I think that, in my opinion, Voidwalker is one of the main reasons to play Rakdos. This card, this card in combination with Turok gives you like a really impressive matchup spread against decks like Titan, helps you a lot against Living End, helps you a lot against any big mana deck, any combo deck, and this is like what you get when you play Rakdos over Jund or Grixis, is Voidwalker Turok. That's kind of been my evaluation. And so foregoing that to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which has very little synergy in the deck, and I think is a card that you should avoid playing. But in order to like you're trading that off for like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, access to I guess the land count slower. Obviously, you got the Seasoned Pyromancers too, but I just don't think the trade-off is there. If that makes sense. I again like Fable. I think it's a big problem that in a deck like this, like Fable doesn't have any cards to discard for value besides Kroxa. I mean, maybe it helps you with Delirium. That's fine, but you also have like nothing good to copy at all. So like Fable is more or less in this deck, just those first 2 chapters, and then you get a 2/2, if that makes sense. And like, I think that you really have to have a little bit more synergy with this card for it to be super powerful. Getting to play Giganta is nice. I'm not going to deny the niceness there. And I don't think that your build is bad either. I don't want to say that. Getting to play Blood Moon post board can be good too. But I think that just not playing Voidwalker, I think like diminishes a lot of the weaknesses or diminishes a lot of the strengths that Rakdos has. I like the more land heavy versions. Not playing Seasoned Pyromancer. I think Spyro's better than Fable. I know that you lose Giganta, but I think it's worth it. And then it's also true that like Liliana is like better than Liliana is really good against Murktide. I think it's good against 4-color, not amazing, like not 3-card mana win the game, but it gives you equity in that matchup, good against the big mana decks. I've liked the card a lot. But I could post like the version of Rakdos I like to play in the chat. Obviously, it's different. Obviously, like the mid-range pilots like us, we're all divas. We all think our way is the best way. But this is the list I currently recommend. I posted in the chat. I like one Hearst main a lot too. One main 2 side. I also like the 3rd Den over the first Castle Lock Twain, although you are playing more swamps than I do. And good luck to you. Good luck. Is there a card we can play over Kiki that still lets us play Giganta? Not really. You'd have to like play 4 Kolaghan's Command or something. I mean, Giganta's really good. I'm not denying that Giganta's not really good, but I think Voidwalker's also like too good to not play, and I think I like to be on like Voidwalker, Seasoned Pyromancer instead of Dragon Rage's Channeler Bauble too. Not that Channeler Bauble's bad. You could play you could play Knight's Whisper over Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Maybe. Yeah, but I just don't think Fable's good enough. Is Knight's Whisper the genius answer? Isn't Feign Death better than Undying Malice here? So you don't accidentally click the wrong Undying name cards? Yeah, that's actually a great point. That is a great point. And you're less likely to make an error on your deck registration too if you do Feign Death Undying Evil instead. Amazing. Okay, let's keep this. See if they have Leyline again. No Leyline this time, so the Drowns are back online. I was hoping they'd have like two 03 crabs. Dude, we were Voidwalker flooded though. I have to take the bridge. I'm just gonna Kroxa this now. Yeah, Voidwalker's so good. Oh yeah, double Undying makes it harder for them to Meddling Mage because they'll get confused. We could have maybe taken Fatal Push and just tried to like mill them out with 3 Voidwalkers on like Fractured Sanity and stuff. I think that's kind of a risky line. Hopefully they didn't draw an Archive Trap. Oh, they did it. They drew this Scalding Turn. You know, okay, so you know how when you're like naming something with Meddling Mage or naming something with Pithing Needle, you don't actually have to name the exact card. All you have to do is uniquely identify it, right? You can't actually do that with Undying Evil. You have to know the name of the card because there's like 3 or 4 cards that do like almost the exact same thing. Kind of weird. Seems like these meter decks used to 1-for-1, now they turbo burly with bunch of cards. There's still plenty of versions that just, you know, fare 1-for-1 like you want to. This is kind of a newer take. And to be honest, like, this version is, like, much less tried and true than the list that you're describing. This is, like, more experimental. You can say the Undying card you cast last game. Yeah, I can do that. I think Dashing Ragavan plays kind of poorly around removal spell, counter spell, so just cast my creatures. So we have them on a 2-turn clock. We have 34 cards in our library, so if they're on all mill spells, we should be in pretty good shape. Okay, Vision's thankfully just to draw 1. We have 18 cards in our library. That could have been pretty bad. Okay, so if they're going to do something on Instep, we have Drown up now. Archive Tribe could be down to 20 and concede. Concede, awesome. So we 4-1 the last league. We're 3-1 right now. It's been a very swingy league. We got crushed by Burn. Probably need to play like... What Burn seems like a horrible matchup. We need to play like 3 sideboard cards or just ignore it. Keep this on the play. Dude, yeah, we just need to play 1 Verdant Command to shore up the Burn matchup. What about Grist and Soulherder Coco deck? Splashing a color in your Ice Fang deck is really, really hard to do. Grist would be really good. It would be better than Deputy, probably, but I don't think that you can support the mana. Have I updated the Blue-Black Shadow merch list at all? I've been stuck on it a little bit. There's, like, several different directions to go where there's that one card, Aven Wind, whatever, that's like it gives a cycle give a creature flying, but it helps you get a 6 value creature or 6 mana value card in the graveyard for Tainted Indulgence, which is interesting. And then giving Shadow Flying can be like a Temur Battle Rage effect, which is interesting, kind of. So I've been kind of considering going back to the version that was like we played first, that was like all in on Stubborn Denial. Just like Shadow, Murktide, Angler, Stubborn Denial, very clean. And then I'm also still looking at like versions with Ledger Shredder, so I'm just a bit stuck on it. MTG Wiki, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. So they're on Stomping Ground Ragavan. Is See the Truth playable in Esper Mentor list? How are you... If you're just going to Snapcaster See the Truth, I don't know. I don't really think so. I remember when See the Truth first came out, I was like really hyped for it, and I had like the Snapcaster deck playing it, and it was kind of garbo. But maybe one day, like I don't think that card's like necessarily like really far away from being modern playable. Can Expressive Iteration into it. Draw 3. Okay, it's fine. Ever tried brewing Lutri Battle of Wits? That sounds so fun, dude. And when you do that, when you play Lutri Battle of Wits, you draw your worst card in the deck, Battle of Wits, less often. We're doing a Coco today. We're going to do Coco tomorrow. So I am inside this weekend and not playing a paper RCQ. So I'll be streaming the Modern Challenge for the first time in like a month. Maybe more than that. Tomorrow. And I'll be playing the Bant Coco deck then. Been having good results with Shadow with Merchants of Giganta. You don't want to lose the Spyro anymore. I think that's kind of nice. Nice thought. Yeah, See the Truth is a sorcery, so you can play, you know, Collected Conjuring, See the Truth. I would be thrilled to finally, after all these years, figure out a good Collected Conjuring deck. I wonder if there's a Jund Coco deck I was working on, or something similar. Shardless Agent, See the Truth. Pretty good. Pretty based. Want an Esper Touch for the challenge tomorrow? I mean, it's obviously like it's rough when we have two like sick new decks. I'd be really happy to play either of them in the challenge tomorrow. The reality is like the Bant deck just has like one of the most insane win rates I've ever had with a new brew. It's in the article I posted. The number I can't remember exactly. Esper also had an insane win rate, like also one of the highest ever. But Bant's was higher. Bant I think is a bit more versatile too, so that's what we're going with. But I would definitely like to also play the Reanimator one too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sure I'm supposed to discard the Kroxa here. I feel like with them having two cards, I just went, oh well. With one of those cards being Kroxa, I got owned, I guess. I want to trade Grief for Spyro? Not really. Not with Fury in my deck. Yeah, it does look like they're playing the Jun Coco list I was working on, though. I think it was a pretty good deck, too. Been meaning to play it again for a while. Do you think Confounding Conundrum could be interesting built around in Modern? Confounding Conundrum is not playable at all. I remember when it first came out, people were like really hyped for it. They really thought this was going to be a really good sideboard card against Titan. It is, it's not close to being good, even. They have Unearth for Chris. This matchup's, yeah, I think they have to be playing this list. Yeah, against fetch lands, your opponent just fetch on your turn. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, they're playing this list, looks like. Wait, they're not really playing Containment Priest because it's bugged against Living End, right? That would be bad if they're abusing the bug. I thought that they were playing it because the creativity matchup was getting more popular. Isn't bug pretty sure? I just had it work as intended. Okay, that's good. Yes, yeah. Someone was saying that Containment Priest was bugged to where it stopped Living End, but it's not supposed to stop Living End because like just nothing stops it. Alright, we're gonna need to find a Fury off this next few cards. Fury, Fury, Fury. Attacking here ever? Yeah, maybe I could race with Dragon Rage's Channeler triggers / or attacks / Kroxa triggers. Just gonna discard the Wrenn and Six to the Kroxa so I don't take 3. And I could do the same trick where I block with Spyro and Undying Malice it. Before attacks use only green source. No, I'm just discarding the Wrenn so I don't take 3. Does a priest in the yard stop living it? I don't think so. I don't think it ever does anything against it, but I didn't major in living end interactions. What did I major in? Twitch chat negotiation. Yeah, Voidwalker. Yeah, I did minor in Voidwalker, Voidwalker living end interactions. Winning this game would be awesome. Now, I need either land Fury or Fury red card. I don't think I want to Grief. Take that, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I'd like to see you do this. Let it go, Spike. Let it go. Okay. Cashing in their Kroxa, or their Grist, to kill my Channeler. Maybe have a second Grist. 1 card left in hand. Wow, that's about as bad as it gets. I think I'm supposed to attack with Kroxa, shock and Stomping Ground, discard Bauble to their Kroxa trigger, and hold up Seasoned Pyromancer tokens / Riveteers Charm. This is game 1. I don't have Terminate in the deck. Big stack Kroxa with Charm. Could. Ooh, they added Bone Shredder to the deck. Interesting. Yeah, so if I wanted to sack the Kroxa, I had to do it first. I think I'm just going to get back the tokens, though. Because I think that just, like, making tokens 2 turns in a row is going to be good enough to win this game. Or at least they think they need to draw something. What a weird game. 2 Kroxas passing silently by each other in the night. Is there ever a world where I discard Overgrown Tomb instead of Charm? They have token 2? Yeah, I know they have tokens too. I could exile their graveyard, and so if they just draw a brick, I win. Their bricks is like almost their entire deck too. No, so I just hold any spell. They just hold any spell. I think that I don't really need the 6 mana very much. And if my opponent like just attacks with this Kroxa again, I may just discard the tome, cast this, and I only die to like Wrenn and Six off the top. And then like this can find me Fury or something. Is this the version I've tried to recommend for Showcase or Premiere? I would recommend Rakdos like over this deck right now, like the mid-range deck I usually like to play. I don't have the reps with this version to recommend it yet. Okay, so I can also go. No, I don't kill them with the tokens attack. Sorry, because they have their own tokens. XL top 3. Oh boy, Fury Channeler. Although I can't pitch this Channeler. Wait, am I just dead? I think I'm just dead, actually. And then I spawn deck with bolting that goes. Okay, you can't come in the chat every time my opponent's at 2 and say, oh, Bolt will be good here. Just cast Fury. I died of the Kroxa trigger, though. Can we not hard cast? They have, chat, stop. If I cast Fury, they Seasoned Pyromancer token block. If I cast Fury, they Seasoned Pyromancer token block. I'm just dead. You kill their blockers. I can't kill all their blockers. Chat, please. I cannot kill all their blockers. They have 2 ones in the graveyard. Yeah, classic chat lethal. So you should have used Charm to kill Kroxa? I think so. It's a really hard game. Yeah, I think so. I think I was drawing too light with Riveteers Charm to take that line. Yeah. I think that was my mistake. I thought that the draw 3 was pretty good, but I was drawing too light. Just need to discard there and make tokens. Yeah, you can instant speed Spyro. We did it that game. The play was to exile the yard, force it to pop Pyro, then I rip Fury, wipe the board. Okay, playing to rip Fury is just off the top is I think not a right strat. It's just better to like discard the charm, make tokens. Brady, 22 months, appreciate you. Yeah, I think you could main deck. I think you could main deck some Boardwalkers. I was pretty close between waiting to main deck and sideboard. Synergy with the, you know, Undying effects too is nice. It's possible you want to do something on this list like main deck Voidwalker over Channeler Bauble, but then like the issue is I think maybe your curve is too high for Riveteers Charm, and maybe it's fine. That would be a good way to fit like Lightning Bolt to the deck too. If you had 6 mana, could you have Fury to force Spire tokens, Undying to clear tokens? No, Undying Evil's not. It's not like Ephemerate. The creature has to be evoking for it to rebuy. Deck's performing all right. We just 4-1 the last league. We're 3-1 now, playing 4-1. But we're up against something. It looks like they added Bone Shredder to this list, which is interesting, but very similar to this list, which I think is a bad matchup. Just got to be right. You get a Fury itself and Ignoble to force the tokens. Then comes back, clears the tokens, and Rag. Even if I could, they would just float mana, but I didn't have a red card in my hand to evoke the Fury. I could not evoke the Fury there because all the red cards were in exile, not in my hand. That turn maybe had like the record for most like wrong chat spin about me having lethal though. There's like 5 different lines chat wants me to take and they all lose. What's the best cyber card? Boris, so much shuffle 4-color Armath. I cannot seem to beat the deck. I mean, it used to be like the moons are pretty good, and then the moons are just like laughably bad against them now. Some people like sort of War and Peace. I'm not a big believer though. Matchup is kind of just not that good, to be honest. MZ, 4 months. Appreciate you. Yeah. The line was not casting the charm. So 2/3 Tarmogoyf. So should be able to just Wrenn and Six. Oh wait, does this make no? It says same power. Okay. Wrenn and Six, Hardcast Fury. I think the best deck against Ponza is usually Grixis Shadow. At least I used to think that was the case, but maybe not if they're playing Chalice. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure how to fight that deck. Good luck. The best secret best deck in the format. Tron. Yeah, Tron's probably. Well, no. The land destruction. Then it seems like they got all their bases covered, huh? Chalice and Ponza covers all your bases. Pretty painful draw we've had, but a lot of pressure on my opponent here. I don't think I'm supposed to Grief Pitch Charm. I don't think it would be terrible though, but then they're like too likely to be able to Kroxa me. I just want to be able to Charm Kill Kroxa if they play it. So yeah, Murktide's probably pretty good against them. Right off deck text for the day. The channel point ones aren't a timer, but you can still do a donation for it. But yeah, there must be a ton of RCQs this weekend because we've done like a dozen deck texts today or something. My opponent wouldn't take my list and add a Veil of Summer to it, would they? But we can play around it because we drew a black card. Alright, dead. Game 3, the draw though. Really good draw we had. Our Furies definitely seem to be what's giving us any kind of an edge here. The format should be called Modern Horizons. I would love for it to be called Modern Horizons so people can stop complaining about it. If the format's called Modern Horizons, they're like, oh, it's called Modern Horizons. That's why the format's full of Modern Horizons cards, because that's the name of the format. I'll stop popping in the Aspiring Spikes chat complaining about all their Modern Horizons cards. What's the split card by sideboard? This is a Crime Punishment. It's mostly for the Hammer Time matchup, but you can bring it in against Rhinos too. It's a green-black X, destroy each artifact, enchantment and creature with mana value X. I would love to have an AI learn how to complain about Modern. Yeah. Yeah, I know that like half the complaints are memes, but at least this one was a first-time chatter, you know. Oh man, I'm a new chatter in Aspiring Spikes chat. I've got a few things to check off my list. Let's first complain about Modern Horizons. Next, ask about my pet deck, and then 3, go back to step number 1. Is EE about as good as Crime Punishment? Yeah, it's about as good. I think it's kind of marginal, to be honest. What's nice about Crime Punishment is it kills Saga, though, and Explosives doesn't. But Explosives can be activated at instant speed, which is nice. Can pop on for 1 on turn 2. Do you consider giving carriers help with double casted cards? I think with the Triumph especially, I'm not too worried about it. This hand is so slow on the draw. Hit him all again. This hand's better. I think I'm gonna get a little greedy. I should be able to put back this Triumph actually pretty easy. Yeah, I don't think this deck has like super tough mana requirements actually. Been kind of fine with it. Oh yeah, ask for an unban. That's step 3. Then you go back to step 1. We hate to have the first time chatters here. Go away, new people. I'm just you know bantering a little bit. I personally think it's very funny to see a first time chatter going, this set should be called Modern Horizons. I think that's hilarious. You know, we can banter a little bit. It's Thoughtseize interviews with the deck tech. If you post a link in the chat, I can take a look. Okay. Happy to draw my 3rd land. Mono red aggro and Pioneer. Definitely a hard list to play. I remember I liked Aaron Barish's latest list. Let me see if I can find her latest list. Yeah, I remember I liked this one. It's just like very low to the ground, playing Viashino Pyromancer to enable the number of wizards for Wizard's Lightning. I liked this list a lot. I remember like it's not too often like I'll just like look at a list and be like, yep, that's like the 75 I'd play. But I feel like with Aaron's, I just like there's like basically nothing I dislike. So I can post a list in the chat. But as far as like mono red aggro and Pioneer, I just like love how like low the curve is. I think like Embercleave Torbrand is really powerful, Annex is really powerful, but I think it specifically Pioneer mono red, you really need to go underneath your opponents. And I think that this, like the bigger version with Torbrand, has a hard time doing it. Embercleave obviously can help. I think I really want to keep this Channeler. The flying creatures are just so good in this matchup. Obviously, if we're drawing 3-drop Wrenn and Six, I'm pretty happy too. Yeah, so I don't know if I posted like a chat, but this is like definitely the red list I like a lot. And I like Bomat's so clean with this like super low curve. That was the wrong list. Okay, mono red prowess in modern. Okay. Well, that's a freebie for anybody looking for mono red then in Pioneer. Okay, this is a 4/5 Tarmogoyf. I think jump blocking with an elemental makes sense. So as far as mono red prowess in modern goes, I would be pretty interested in playing a 3rd Underworld Breach before like 2nd Ragavan. Probably would just play no Ragavans. Obviously, we've been working on a lot of prowess variants. There's a lot of ins and outs to it. Am I just going to Grist here? I could also just go attack for 6. The next turn I'm attacking for 9. And if I draw a green source, I have lethal with the Wrenn and Six ping. That seems pretty good. Yeah, I think so. I saw there was actually a really interesting. There's a really interesting. Let me see if I can find it. I wrote a little highlight for it on Channel Fireball. Can't remember when it was. So this was a really, really interesting version that was playing Bergi and Mono Red Prowess. It was playing Ragavan, but I think you should just play. I think you should play Soulscore Mage over Ragavan. But the idea was like this was a mono red list that was all in on Underworld Breach. And the idea behind being all in on Underworld Breach is like besides Breach just being a powerful card, so if you're playing Breach Bergi, I think that actually gives you, or is like I should say like one of the only ways I can see that you can build this deck and have like a lot of game against 4-color Omnath. Where this combo is going to give you like just having like the 2-card combos like Breach Bergi to go over the top of 4-color Omnath is a great way to beat them. And I think that this is a really good way to approach that. This list was also splashing white for Wear Tear in the sideboard, which I think is fine in Prismatic Ending. I don't think it's necessary though. I think you can pretty easily just stay mono red. But I think if you want to play mono red Prowess, this is the list I like the most. And I think a lot of times against decks where you don't want the Underworld Breach Bergi plan, I think you will side out your Bergis a lot of the time, but having access to it game 1 is just so good. Also get to Wrenn and Six ping for lethal. So I also do really want to see you play Mutagenic Growth still in the main deck though. I think that 19 lands is too many, so I think I would like to see something like no main deck Grape Shot, 16 lands like you have, or maybe 17 lands because of the 3-drop, 17 lands. 4 Mutagenic Growth in the main. Maybe play 3 Bergi. 17 lands. I kind of like that. And then I kind of like just staying mono red. But you can splash white. As far as your sideboard goes, your sideboard looks like solid. I might play Fury over Unholy Heat. I just feel there's like nothing a heat lines up that well against. But back-to-back 4/1s is nice. Tainted Pact, Vraska, Spider Glimpse. Kind of some loose thoughts because I'm not 100% sure the best way. But I think this is how I recommend building mono red. If you want to play Prowess in general, I think that the best Prowess list is. Sorry, not this one. I can never find it. It's in the Stream Decker. It's the blue-red Shredder Phoenix one. I think that's the best Prowess deck, though. So, I guess that's some options, you know. But Bergi's the best version of Mono Red. The best version of Prowess, though, I think is this one with Ledger Shredder and Arc-like Phoenix. The Thrust deck went out on Burning Tree. Burning Tree just like so bad with the